Wide receiver Khalil Shakir was my #1 standout player from the 2022 preseason for the Buffalo Bills. Shakir played a total of 67 offensive snaps, and boy did he make those reps count. The rookie saw 8 targets thrown his way, to which he reeled in 8 receptions for 151 yards. Offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey schemed up plays and situations that got Shakir open for 3 plays over 20 yards, which was a pleasant surprise. But he also dialed up plays that allowed Shakir to flash traits that we saw in college. Shakir displayed the football intelligence, route nuance, hands, boundary awareness, body control, and the ability to process and destroy pursuit angles after the catch. All traits that the Bills would gladly take from the young 5th-round pick. He's still a work in progress when it comes to run blocking, especially if we are talking in the box. He currently lacks the physicality and strength to sustain blocks, but I expect his technique to improve as the game slows down over the course of the season. So let's jump into some of his film from his preseason campaign. The first play we're going to take a look at is a 3rd and 20 situation, and it's a play that actually didn't count. We have 25 seconds left in the first half. The Bills are up 21-6 against the Broncos. And I want to show you what makes Shakir so difficult to defend. His processing and ability to change angles of the defender coming in the tackle makes it very difficult for him to be brought down. Bills are in a 2-by-2 set. Broncos showed too high safety look prior to the snap, but post-snap, they drop down one of their safeties, and you're just getting a stop route from Shakir at the bottom of the screen. But I want you to watch him as that he catches the ball right here. Right there, you see him peek. So that defender is breaking down to make the tackle on him. And it should be a pretty easy tackle, especially with Shakir elevated. But you can see that Shakir is not worried about catching the ball. He's got sure hands. He's worried about his next step, his next move after this. And now that defender does stop his forward progress, but it's that type of processing, not having to worry about the catch, especially a catch that's really kind of away from his frame, up over his head. He's already thinking to the next step and next move, and that's why he's not able to be brought down that easily after the catch. And you'll see it here from the end zone angle. He prepares for contact, goes up and gets the ball, and as that defender's coming to tackle him, he kind of sits down, drops his center of gravity, absorbs that hit, and continues to fight. That's what makes him so difficult to defend after the catch and so difficult to be brought down, because he's already processing that move and that leverage and that mode of attack from that defender prior to even really catching the ball, and he's able to do things after the catch that some receivers aren't able to do. All right, here's another play, this time from the Colts game, where we get to see his processing prior to the catch and also him making some moves after the catch. 2nd and 5 situation, top of the first quarter. The score is 0-0. Bills come out in another 2-by-2 set. Colts showing too high initially, and you can see this is a Brian Daboll staple. So to the top of the screen, they really have a good cover 1 or cover 3 beater and a Haas concept. And to the bottom of the screen is usually their too high beater type concept. Shakir's to the bottom of the screen. He's the outside receiver, and I want you to watch him post-snap. Watch him work with the quarterback here. He's running an under route. This is the Bills' Utah concept, 2 in-breaking routes. Right here, he's breaking to the middle of the field. And now he technically could continue this route all the way across the field. But based on the coverage, there are times where he's going to, throttle right here in this zone. But you can see the quarterback already released it with the pressure look from the Colts. You see them bring in 5 defenders. So quarterback gets rid of it, and he throws them to the back hip. He throws them to the back shoulder right here. And so this is where that processing matters. So obviously Shakir throttled down. He caught the ball. But then right here, he has an understanding of leverage and where that defender is coming from, depth-wise, but also on an angle. Ball's thrown on an in-breaking route. So he's initially thinking maybe this defender is going to be breaking towards the middle on a crossing route. But as the ball is thrown in more of a stop route capacity to that back hip, that right hip of Shakir, Shakir knows that, well, this defender is going to be changing his mode of attack and his angle, right, and his leverage. So now as Shakir pivots back and rotates back to the boundary, he sees that defender adjusting. So what does he do? He cuts it back up inside. He caught the ball right around the 41, 42 yard line as soon as he turns around here. And he's able to fight and break that tackle to get the first down. So good processing of the throw from the quarterback, but also of the leverage and how that defender is going to attack him. fighting and breaking that tackle to get the first down. Here's another play from the Broncos game. Bills are up 28-6. We're at the top of the third quarter, 1st and 10 situation. And just a simple play that the Bills have built in for their quarterback, something that they installed a couple years ago for Josh Allen when teams decided to play those two high shells. And really, this wide receiver screen is just an extension of the run game. It's a run pass tag, so it's a run call. They have a power run with the right guard pulling to the top of the screen. But if the defense sends a slot blitz, they are able to just throw the screen out to Shakir from the slot position. So look at the safety that I have circled. He's stacking or capping the slot defender. That's usually a clue that a slot rusher or blitz is coming off the edge there from the wide side of the field. That corner does come. The safety replaces him. But of course, that safety is coming from depth. See a really nice block from Tanner Gentry coming down on that safety. And so you have a hat on a hat there, and you have Shakir catching the ball in an advantageous position, one-on-one with a corner and some room to work with. And you see him cause that defender to stop his feet right there with a nice little hezzy fake. And he's able to pick up the first down. So simple play, but Shakir must see what the quarterback sees. Quarterback sees that defender rushing off the edge and the safety replacing him. Get it out to Shakir. Get him in a position to go one-on-one with a corner here and do what he does best, and that is yards after the catch with the ball in his hand. Watch it from the end zone angle. Barkley quickly pulls it, throws it to Shakir, and just watch what Shakir does. It's very subtle. Right there. Just freezes that defensive back ever so slightly so that he can win the edge to get the first down. Just good stuff by Shakir. I absolutely love this play design and execution from the Bills here. It's a deep play action pass to Shakir, who's aligned to the bottom of the screen. You're going to see him hook it up just inside the numbers versus the Broncos and then work his magic after the catch. So let's start with his alignment and then work into his route. So he's in a tight alignment, a nasty alignment off the tight end, O.J. Howard, to the bottom of the screen. The Broncos, as I said, are playing a two-high coverage. It's a quarters coverage. So you're going to have the safety and corner kind of playing those deep quarters, and this linebacker is playing hook to curl the flats. So as Howard goes to the flats, you're going to see him widen his passing lane. But look where Shakir's aligned just inside the numbers. Look how he works even more so in the numbers, kind of selling like he's going to be breaking inside, whether it be on a post or a dig route, kind of bending that route to the middle of the field, kind of easing the concern of that corner on the outside. And you'll see that corner, kind of work to the numbers and then get on his divider and then kind of get vertical. But as soon as Shakir gets to the top of the route, look at him right here. He then gets the attention of the corner by kind of bending like he's going to run a corner route, right? So he gets the corner's attention, but then what does he do? Snaps it off just inside the numbers. Safety is out of the play here. The route by Shakir, his ability to work inside, then back outside, then push to the middle and hook it up, creates a little separation, but then as the ball is coming in, you see the catch, and he understands where this defender is going to be going for. With the ball thrown to the inside shoulder, he understands that, hey, this defender is probably going to be working flat across the field. So what does he do? Snaps it back out to the boundary, and he's able to get more yardage after the catch. Just really good stuff from the play design of Ken Dorsey, the route from Shakir, and then after the catch, and that's where his money is going to be made, understanding leverage, finding green with the ball in his hands. He does that for several yards after the catch. So let's watch it from the end zone angle. Here he is to the left side of the screen. Again, working to the middle, kind of bending that route to the middle of the field, easing the concern of that corner. But then he's getting his attention right there. Snaps it outside just a little bit. Wants that corner to kind of push horizontally towards the sideline. Why? So that he can hook it up. He catches the ball to the inside, to the middle of the field, and then immediately snaps off back to the boundary, completely against the grain of the leverage and pursuit angle of that corner. Just really heady stuff from Shakir, and it's something that we're going to see all season from the young wide receiver. Here's a play from the Colts game, top of the first quarter, 2nd and 6 situation with the ball on the 24-yard line. Now, I really like this play design because it sells run with the formation and look by Shakir and Crowder to the top of the screen, and post-snap, how they kind of block down. It makes it look like it's going to be a run, and that's why this corner and off coverage kind of comes screaming down, and it opens up that zone behind him. But I also like it from a route sense because you see Kumaro to the bottom run that deep over route, that deep crossing route, and then Shakir kind of bends his route inside, to the corner out here. That probably signified run. He's looking at Shakir through to the blocking wide receiver, Crowder, and even the right tackle. But also, this sells their deep crossing routes, which they usually love to run versus single high looks. So it sells that route concept to this solo deep safety. So it kind of holds him into the middle of the field. That corner drops down, and you have a big void behind him. So good play design, but also good salesmanship from Shakir that this deep crossing pattern combination, which the Bills love to run, it sells them on that, and he's able to sneak in behind that corner for an explosive play. This is what it looks like from the end zone angle. Again, you have like trips bunch set, but then they motion Howard to the backfield, make it look like he's an H-back, like they're going to run it. Little counter action, great fake from Keenum there, and you can see everyone coming downhill as if it's run, and he gets on the edge, and Shakir's able to get out into the open zone for an explosive play. Here's the 3rd and 15 situation with the ball on the 32-yard line. 21 seconds left in the first half with the Bills up 21-6 against the Broncos. And just a heady play from Case Keenum in the Bills offense and Shakir to the top of the screen. 3-by-1 set, and the Bills get the Broncos to jump off sides. And so I don't know if these routes were converted into an all verticals concept or if this concept was called prior to the snap. But either way, the Bills catch the Broncos in the neutral zone. They get a free play. Watch Shakir slow play his release and then release outside. He's got the entire sideline. You get a really nice throw from Keenum. Keenum drops it in to the bucket for a big play, putting the Bills inside the 10-yard line. Another heady play from Keenum, but also from Shakir to understand the situation and his spatial awareness along the boundary. Look at him maintain concentration on the ball here, catch it with his hands, but also rotate his body so that he can locate where he is on the field along the boundary. He makes it look so easy, and he's so smooth doing it. To the Colts game, Bills are down 10-7. End of the half situation, 23 seconds on the clock in the second quarter, 1st and 10 situation. Bills send out a mirrored concept. You're going to have seam routes by the tight ends down the middle of the field, and then just stop routes to the top and bottom. Shakir's to the bottom of the screen. And another play where he flashes his boundary awareness and body control and hands. Throw is away from him. You see him work into the blind spot of this corner that's bailing into this quarters coverage type look. You see him bailing. You see this defender take some speed off of the bender route from Sweeney, so he's not able to totally widen to get underneath of Shakir here. Shakir works into the blind spot of the corner, snaps it off, ball is incoming, and you see him work to the boundary, catch the ball, get his feet in bounds to move the chains, but also stop the clock. And the best part of this, and you're not going to see it, but after this play, even though the clock is stopped, Shakir runs the ball to the center of the field and spots it on the right hash. A very veteran-like move. It's a heady play from him. Larry Fitzgerald was a guy that always did this and was always aware of these situations. Just a really nice play from Shakir. Here it is from the end zone angle. Again, that flats defender right here, EJ Speed, the linebacker, isn't able to widen. He's supposed to take some speed off of that route from the number 2, Sweeney. Nice throw from the quarterback under duress, but it's Shakir that climbs ladder, catches the ball, but also gets his feet in along the boundary, something that is one of his best traits. Boundary awareness and hands are some of his best traits, and it's very reminiscent of Gabriel Davis during his rookie season. Halfway through the third quarter, 2nd and 10 situation, Bills are down 16-7. Another really nice catch by Shakir in the slot to the top of the screen. Bills are running a post wheel concept to the top of the screen versus the Colts cover 3 defense, and it's an easy read for the quarterback. Quarterback is reading this defender. This corner is dropping out into his deep thirds, and that post occupies him. So you see Shakir in the slot running that wheel route, that out and up type route. And this defender right here in the flats has a decision to make. Does he peel off and drop and carry the wheel like the Bills do in their cover 3 system? Or does he stay flat-footed in the flats and peek at the running back, Duke Johnson, coming out of the backfield? Well, that's what he does, and it gives Shakir the sideline, but I want you to watch this catch. Shakir knows that either the corner's going to peel off and hit him, or the safety may be playing over the top to hit him. The corner's not able to get there, and that's because Shakir looks to catch in and then brings it in, turns his back along the sideline. Watch this from the end zone angle. Post wheel route, easy throw for Barkley. He drops it in there, but watch this technique from Shakir. Again, he knows contact's coming. Keeps his eye on the ball, and then you see him rotate his body even before the ball is in. Rotates his body, elevates, catches it with his hands, and as he's jumping up to catch the ball, he rotates his torso even more to shield himself from that corner. Wide receiver coaches call this a turn back. You turn your back to the contact so that when that corner's coming in to hit him, or when a safety's coming in to hit you as you're elevating, you're able to shield the ball. You're able to put your body between the ball and the defender, and that contact coming. Shakir does it. He secures the ball along the sideline, gets his feet in for the big play. All right, final play of this breakdown, 1st and 10 situation, halfway through the third quarter. The Bills down 16-7. Same concept we saw earlier in the game, just a Haas concept. So inside wide receivers are running seam routes. Outside wide receivers are running stop routes. We have Shakir in the slot to the top of the screen with the Colts playing a single high coverage known as Rip Liz. It's cover 3 match. The bottom of the screen, it's going to be man coverage on these two. And Shakir is working versus the zone side of this cover 3 coverage. So you're going to have a deep thirds defender, a flats defender, a hook to curl defender, and another hook to curl defender right there. So Shakir's in the slot working the seam. He's working up the seam outside of the flats defender, but bending it inside to the middle of the field. Look at him work beyond that disruption from that flats defender. Dip that shoulder, avoid that contact, and then throttle down for the quarterback. And that quarterback, Barkley, is able to find Shakir in the zone behind the flats defender and the hook to curl defender. Really nice play and a fearless play, because this is a route that has to be bang, bang between the quarterback and wide receiver. But also it's a route that could typically get that wide receiver lit up, as this third defender could break on the ball. And even if the safety reads it properly and reads it quickly, he could be coming down with a full head of steam. But for this play, Shakir is able to secure the ball, but you can see him, again, rotate that torso. So if that hit is coming from either of those defenders, he's able to shield himself. But he's able to get down before the big hit comes. And just a really nice throw from the quarterback. Here it is from the end zone angle. You see Barkley look left, hold that safety in the middle of the field, and then hit the top of the drop. And he finds Shakir in between those two defenders. Just great work of dipping that shoulder, getting around that flats defender, but getting in behind him and the hook to curl defender, showing his numbers so that Barkley can hit him. Barkley does, and the Bills have a chunk play. Thanks for tuning in to this breakdown. If you guys appreciated that breakdown, make sure to subscribe to the Cover One YouTube channel. But more importantly, get to the cover1.football website to become an insider. If you sign up for our One Pass subscription on the cover1.football website, you're going to get a lot of content, behind the scenes type content, scheme and player breakdowns, scouting reports. You're going to have access to the Slack channel, our Cover One community, where we talk football all day, every day. And you're getting access to our contributors. You're able to engage with them on a daily basis all day. And there's a lot of things that we're going to be putting out to our insiders throughout the season. So if you appreciated this content, this breakdown, you're going to get even more as an insider. So make your play for $57 for the year for all of the content that we provide to our insiders. And thank you again for joining me in the film room.